Hi everybody, it's DillyDurite. I'm on my brother's channel today. Question, have you guys ever seen the show Unsolved Mysteries? The show, God, 20 years ago now. Anyway, he'd open up and he'd be like, do you ever forget your car keys? And you ever take your dog out for a crap and then you don't know where to pick it up at? That show, you end the show with what happened at the end. And he's like, it's up to you. Well, I've got another unsolved mystery and we're going to crack it. Video game RE4. You guys, if you've watched any of my videos where I talk about video games at all, you know I love Resident Evil. So Resident Evil 4, there's a dog, right? You know which dog I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the hellhound, the weird tentacle hentai stuff. I'm talking about the dog that you help at the beginning of the game. You kick this guy's ass, you walk out of the house, there's a dog whining, and you're like, where is this coming from? He's got a bear trap on his leg. 3 choices. Ignore him, which is cruel. You can shoot him, which is wrong. Or you can set him free. You open up the bear trap and he bolts into the woods. Halfway through the first section of the game, you're fighting this big-ass dude, right? El Gigante. This big guy, right here, El Gigante. And then out of nowhere, the dog just shows up again. He's like, woof woof, bitch. He does plenty. He distracts the guy with the whole tree. He's throwing at you, swinging at you, willy-nilly, like it's a toothpick. The dog distracts him and gives you time to reload, heal up, pick up items so you're not getting your shit kicked in. Is that not gold? The fight ends and the dog is just gone. We did some digging. We found out what happened to the dog from Resident Evil 4.
So, we have some suggestions on maybe what happened to this dog.
It's a good dog.
That dog is amazing. It was man's best friend.
Who doesn't like dogs?
Good old doggo.
Little puppers.
Pupperoos.
Little trunkers. 4-legged pals.
Pupperoony. Puppers.
Little howlers in the night.
Man's best friend.
The single man's cuddle buddy. We have suggestions on where he may have gone. Probably sports. You know that giant jump that he did? I think he took a part in Air Bud. He tried. Maybe he didn't get the film. Maybe he did. We just didn't see him. The basketball thing might not have worked out. TSA's a thought. Got too enthusiastic. Sniffing those kilos of coke. Maybe he needed an intervention. When the going gets scruff, you gotta clean that nose, buddy. You know, some dust in the baggie.
The good old burger sugar.
White girl fun.
A bag of fresh air.
The classic blue.
The big C.
Dust.
That flake line.
The snow. The sneeze. The sniff.
That good old white rock.
What probably happened, though, considering Leon was a cop before, Raccoon City got blown up, is he decided to join law enforcement and become part of the Paw Patrol, stopping crime. We'll never know what actually happened to the dog, which is just straight up depressing. We thought maybe about a petition. I think we should bring the dog back. He's probably 220 in dog years by now. There's a B in here. He's probably like 220 years old in dog years, but he can still fight. We'll give him a side piece, give him some armor. He'll be fine.
This kid ain't fucking lying, kid. Kid ain't fucking lying. A little side note, because you guys know I like to run on the rant. Why do we want to sit there and watch Paw Patrol and act like this one never did shit? Hear me out. Every one of these other Paw Patrol people were the ones that saved the day. This one in the middle just following everybody's coattail on every single episode there was. Sorry to run this off on a tangent, but this guy is useless. Paw Patrol is these 3 on the outside. This middle one never did shit. Yeah, am I right? Am I fucking right? Am I right, though? Am I right?
It makes me think it's like a social commentary of people's views on, like, the current situation of the...
Right? And it's all coming tenfold. It's all coming tenfold, bro.
I think you're right there.
It's all coming tenfold, and we've seen it from Paw Patrol over here. I watched almost every single episode of that shit, and the middle one never did shit. But, like, dude, the most helpful one is that bulldog over there. The yellow one, I forgot his name. The other one did most of the stuff. Either that or the girl. The girl always did everything. This is the one right here in the corner. She always did everything. The middle one's like, all he did was just call. Can you imagine just being there and being like, yo, I'm running this team. Let me outsource it real quick. Hey, I got a problem over here.
Delegation.
Can you come help me out real quick? Let me help you out. And then when they get done and be like, we saved the day, didn't I? I mean, didn't we, guys?
This kid don't lie.
And you know the fucked up part of it all is I remember playing Resident Evil for the first time in a camper in Dixie County, Florida, on a river. I played that bitch all the way through. And the one thing that got me is I'm sitting there playing the game, and I literally live on the river with a dock and everything. And then you want to go and throw this bullshit at me too? Like, you made me afraid to go by the river. I never once again took pot shots in the river because I was afraid that this fucking dude was going to come and just eat my goddamn soul. But what's really funny about it is that picture kind of reminded you of like the girl that tried to kiss you awkwardly for the first time. How she came in and she was like, you know what I'm talking about, right? And she came in awkwardly and you guys had butt and clinked teeth and she's just still like, when you think about it into yourself and you're trying to make out with Rosie O'Donnell and you just like,
Everybody has the least favorite character in any video game that they play. And normally it's for some stupid reason like, oh, they're hard, or oh, they're annoying. It's unrealistic. Which every creature in Resident Evil, in one way, shape, or form or another, is unrealistic. Because the law of conservation of mass just gets thrown out the window. Mr. U3 over here, partially because he's fucking terrifying to look at. Most of the other creatures in Resident Evil are like, oh, that's spooky. But look at this guy. He's got the Alien vs. Predator mouth. He's got the scissor jaw. He's got the weird fucking tongue action going on. Got the full body, like, centaur thing from Fallout 3 going on. And he eats bullets just like the centaurs in Fallout 3. You get locked with this guy in a cage suspended over an abyss. You don't know how deep it is. But you gotta work your way through this maze of a cage, and you unlock one section and the back section falls off, and you do that 3 times. I'm doing damage to this guy. You shoot him. All it does is make him jump up. Doesn't actually do any damage to him because you actually have to fight him as a boss fight in like 2 seconds. So you don't want to use ammo in there. You have to, because if he's in your way, the walkway is like this, and he's like this. You're fighting your way through the cage, you get out, and then, oh look, boss battle. And he turns into this hunk of junk and totally wrecks your shit. Eats all your ammo. You can use whatever kind of weapon you want. It's going to eat all your ammo. Anyway, he eats up all of your ammunition and all of your health. But immediately after this, you go through a little section and you've got some guys, and it's like, oh, everything's going to be fine. I'll have time to get health and ammunition. But then there's another boss fight. It's Mr. Krauser over here. But guess what? This time he's shirtless, and at the end, he fucking explodes his arm and looks like this. It's just not fair, man. You don't have any ammo, you don't have any health. Everything's fast, and the situation is timed. You got 3 minutes to kick his ass. Arm is bulletproof, and it's a giant blade. And you think back, and you're like, there's a common trend here. Blade for an arm, and the dude's constantly carrying a knife. You end up in like 3 knife fights with this dude. Little known fact. I don't know how many of you read up on your video games while you're playing them. But, Krauser, you actually do like 200% more damage than your upgraded pistol if you just knife the dude, which takes balls. That boss fight, after U3 over here rips your dick off and makes you eat it, you can just knife fight Krauser. Makes the match go like that. Takes you 40 seconds. Boom. Boom. You're done. You kick his ass with a knife, but it's still bullshit. And then you're out of time and you gotta run off to the fucking right and unlock the door, which takes 2 minutes because you're clicking in and out of the menu. Jail. Fucking jail for this guy right here. That's my opinion. And you want to know why? Because the dog didn't come back to help.
Little side note, because, ADHD is still a thing and whatnot. But how come the coolest motherfuckers on earth got a scar over their eye? I'm missing my eyeball and I didn't even get the fucking scar over my eye, so I feel like I got cheated in life. But, come on, for real. The coolest motherfuckers ever is all got a fucking scar in their eye. Remember Sub-Zero? Yeah, y'all eating that shit up. Got a scar over his eye. This dude here got a scar over his eye. Or even fucking Kratos. He got a scar over his eye. What about fucking this dude? Scar of his eye. He did some fucked up shit. It's questionable, but was he really questionable? Was it really bad? Is Thanos really a bad guy? What about fucking this dude? Bad motherfucker. Or the most legendary fucking dude with a scar over his eye of all time. Fucking Dr. Evil, son. Come on.
Give me a frickin' hug.
What?
Give me a frickin' hug. Sharks with frickin' laser beams coming out of their frickin' head, man.
I'm cool. I'm hip.
I shall call it Preparation H.
Bottom line is, like, man, there's some cool mofos with scars on their faces. We went down this rabbit hole for maybe 10 minutes. We had so many images. We had the hardest time trying to fit them all on the screen.
There's only so much screen space here, and there's so many. It just, literally, you can Google cool characters, scars on eye.
Yeah.
And it's just like...
Your freaking Google just throws up all over your face.
And half the time you're like, I forgot they had a scar.
You remember the fucking...
This guy forgot he had a scar.
Sub-Zero dude?
Sub-Zero. We both were
from
like...
the corny Annihilation movie?
What?
Fucking the Danny Long character from Accepted. I don't know if it's the same dude from Accepted, but he kind of looks like the guy from Accepted.
If you haven't seen the movie Accepted, he's also in the movie Waiting. It's got Ryan Reynolds and him.
Dude, you remember Zack and Mary Make a Porno? He played the gay guy.
The gay guy, yep.
Danny Long or something like that. He's like... Oh.
Since I'm here, I'm going to shout out my channel, DillyDurite. It's also my YouTube channel.
Put it up.
Wayne insists I flash my photography here.
Here, wait.
Peep my medical video up here for class. But I've got some stuff in here. Some shirtless stuff for all you fans. Anyway, there's going to be a link in the description of the video down below.
So all good things have to come to an end. And this is this video. If you made it this far, you're the shit. And I'm sorry about my frame rate. We're doing so much stuff that it's just bogging down. I look like a Chinese film, you know? Where, like, people are like, you have killed my father. Prepare to die. You will meet the most terrible fate right now. You will die. You have killed my father. Prepare to die. You will face my wrath right now. Prepare for my ultimate dragon attack. Version 5.0. The end, bitches! Skittery-wee!